We live in a world where there's so much darkness and confusion and chaos. And the real question that each of us are asking ourselves is, how do we access the light? How do we be the light? How do we shine the light into the world? So in order to understand that, we have to really understand this idea that man, it says, is an olam katan. He's a small world. And he's a reflection of what's happening above in the spiritual world. So in order to understand how do we access our light, how do we be that light, we really have to understand first the creation of light and darkness and the creation of the energies of what is light in the world. So when God created the world, what happened was there was a process called the tzimtzum, where God contracted, the tzimtzum literally means a contracted light, where he contracted his light. God is infinite. How did he create a finite world? Through this process of contracting his light in order to create a finite world, a finite vessel. In that process, the first stage of that process was that God created, there was a halal. What's called a halal is literally a space or a vacuum of space, an empty space. And in that space, God projected, he shone down this light of his essence called the kav. Literally the kav is like a beam, like a laser beam of light. So what does that mean for us in our lives? In our life, in order to beam the light, there first has to come from a place of an open space, where we're an open vessel, where we recognize, wow, like there is so much confusion and there's so much chaos in the world, but we're very open to filling that vessel with light. Because if we don't fill it with light, light is the light of our soul, light is expanding our consciousness, then what happens? It gets filled in with more confusion, with more chaos, with more darkness. So the first step is to first create this open vessel and really be open to recognizing other perspectives, seeing things from different vantage points, recognizing, wow, there's so much more in this picture that I don't understand, being in a place of like open-hearted curiosity. And then being very conscious that we're filling that void within us with light, with the light of Torah, the light of Hasidus, of Jewish mysticism, which really teaches us the energy of what is light, what is darkness, what is our soul, who are we, what is God, where are we in this bigger picture. And when we do that, that's the first step in really becoming the light and really owning our light and really accessing our light. So I'm really excited that we are starting in January a year-long program called Becoming a Light Warrior. It's a program where we're going to go into very deep sources in Jewish mysticism as to what is light, what is darkness, what is the energies with which God created the world, with which God sustains the world, and how to access that light within us through deep learning, through meditation and group coaching, in order to really integrate these ideas and really bring them down into our vessel, into our beings, into our body, in order to really transform ourselves to become the light that the world so desperately needs. Have a beautiful day and a beautiful Shabbat Shalom.